Hello and welcome back to Pure Stoic Truth. Thank you for being here. Your presence means the world to us. If you haven't already, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a powerful insight. Your journey toward clarity, confidence, and understanding the feminine mind continues right here. Right now. In our previous video, we uncovered the shocking truth about how girls perceive attractive guys, the subtle signals, the hidden judgments, and the quiet tests they use to filter who really stands out. Today, we take that awareness a step further. And what you're about to learn might forever change the way you see women. So let's begin with this. What if her strongest emotions are actually her greatest weaknesses? What if the most magnetic men aren't the ones who try harder, but the ones who press the right silent buttons without even saying a word? And what if everything you've been told about how to win her over has kept you blind to what actually works? Let's stop pretending women are impossible to understand. They're not. They're emotional beings, beautifully complex, yes, but trust me, there are cracks in the armor. If you know where to look, you'll discover exactly what makes her melt, what makes her chase, and yes, what keeps her up at night thinking about you. This video isn't about games or manipulation. It's about awareness, seeing the raw, real, emotional truths most men completely overlook. Because while the average guy is out there trying too hard, the wise man, he moves with precision. He triggers her deeply, not with words, but with presence. So, in today's breakdown, we're diving into the 9 shocking female weaknesses every man must understand. Some will surprise you. Some will make you smile. And a few you'll wish you had known years ago. No fluff. No filters. Just pure stoic power, fused with primal understanding. Now let's begin. Starting with a truth most men completely misunderstand: confidence that doesn't ask for permission. Picking up from where we left off, once a man carries that unshakable confidence, something shifts in her. But it's not just confidence alone that draws her in. It's the emotional presence that makes her feel seen, heard, and truly understood. Let's talk about that for a second, because this is where the walls come down. You see, women don't fall for the guy who just impresses them with flashy gestures or clever lines. No, they fall for the man who makes them feel understood, who mirrors back their emotions without trying to fix or solve everything. So here's your edge. Don't force advice. Don't jump in with solutions. Just feel her. That level of emotional attunement, it's incredibly rare. And it's one of her deepest, most vulnerable weaknesses. To be understood without having to explain every little thing. Now on to sign number 3. One of the most underestimated tools in a man's arsenal: masculine silence. At the right moment. Here's a cheat code most men never figure out. Silence is a weapon, not the cold, passive-aggressive silent treatment. Not ignoring her. I'm talking about stoic silence, the kind that communicates, I'm not reacting, I'm observing. In a world addicted to noise, a man who knows when to stay silent, he's magnetic, he's powerful. He doesn't chase, he doesn't defend himself with long explanations. He doesn't get pulled into emotional chaos. He just waits, watches, grounded. And that stillness, It confuses her in the best way possible. She's used to men reacting, defending, over-talking, or trying to prove themselves. But when you meet her storm with calm, she's instantly hooked. And often, she doesn't even know why that your silence makes her rethink her own emotional games, that it nudges her out of that combative energy and back into her feminine core. Meanwhile, you remain rooted, a man who can hold space instead of losing his cool. And that, my friend, is one of her secret cravings. A man who doesn't flinch in the face of emotional fire. A man whose silence says, I see everything and I still choose calm. Let your quiet strength do the talking, because sometimes silence speaks louder than 1,000 perfectly crafted words. Now let's take that even deeper with sign number 4, something so simple yet so powerful. Deep eye contact that doesn't flinch. Eye contact isn't just about confidence. It's about presence, dominance, desire, and something primal that women feel in their gut but can't quite explain. Here's what most guys get wrong. They either look away too quickly, or they stare too long, too intense, like they're trying to prove something. And it comes off awkward, even creepy. But the man who can hold her gaze, calm and steady, maybe with the faintest smirk, that kind of eye contact tells her everything. Who's grounded, who's chasing, who's truly comfortable in his own skin, and who's faking it. You're not staring to dominate. You're not begging for attention. You're letting her feel the fire without needing to say a word. And when she feels that, it flips a switch in her mind. She realizes this guy isn't intimidated. He sees me, and he's not backing down. No cheesy pickup lines. No overcompensating. Asterisk. Just one powerful look that lingers and stays with her long after the conversation ends. And now, we move into sign number 5. A truth that goes beyond attraction and dives into the soul. A woman's weakness for mysterious depth. Let's uncover that next. We just uncovered one of her quietest cravings. A deep attraction to masculine stillness, mystery, and purposeful energy. But now, let's lean into something equally powerful. The art of being open, but not obvious. Now don't get it twisted. This isn't about playing games or acting like some cryptic, moody weirdo. It's about not giving her everything all at once. You see, most guys overshare way too soon. They mistake emotional dumping for emotional connection. But let's be real, that's not bonding, that's just noise. The real power is in being layered. Be open, but make her earn it. Let her discover you like she's solving a riddle, one piece at a time. Tell her a story, then pause halfway through. Let her lean in. Let her wonder. Let her want more. Give her that glance. You know, the one that says, I've lived through storms you'll never fully understand, but maybe, just maybe one day you'll get close. Because women, they don't want everything handed to them on a silver platter. They want to explore a man the way you'd explore a secret garden. If you're too obvious, she lose interest. But if there's a quiet storm behind your eyes, a shadow behind your smile, a past you've turned into poetry, she'll stay, she'll dig, she'll feel. Mystery makes you memorable. Asterisk. Don't be a locked box. Be a maze with meaning. One that invites her in but doesn't show her the way out right away. That's her fifth weakness, the irresistible urge to figure you out. Feed that urge. Slowly. Never all at once. Now let's move into sign number 6. Something that awakens a completely different desire inside her. Her soft spot for a man with purpose, not just passion. There's something magnetic that happens when a man walks into a room and he's on a mission. The energy shifts, the noise fades, even the background chatter seems to quiet down. Everything starts to orbit around his presence. Now, we've all heard it 1,000 times. Women love a man with ambition. But ambition? That's not the full picture. Ambition is like caffeine. It's exciting at first, but it burns out fast. What truly draws her in is purpose, that deep, steady flame that doesn't flicker in the wind. Let's break it down. Passion shouts, "I love this." Purpose whispers, "This is why I'm here." A woman's sixth weakness is her deep, almost spiritual attraction to a man who's going somewhere. Not just a man who's enthusiastic, but a man who's anchored in direction. She wants to feel like she's orbiting something greater than herself. And let's be honest, you can't be that gravitational pull if your whole life revolves around Netflix, gym selfies, and endless TikTok scrolls. Asterisk, ever met a guy who doesn't chase women because he's chasing his calling? That guy is like a black hole. Women get pulled in fast. Why? Because he's not just flirting, he's moving. And in that movement, she finds something rare: security, momentum, and meaning. Most men miss this. It's not about being successful. Yet. It's about having vision, a dream you'd bleed for, a goal that pulls you out of bed even when life is heavy, even if your wallet is empty, but your soul is on fire. She feels that fire. And when a woman sees that flame, she doesn't want to put it out. She wants to sit beside it. To feed it. Not because she's needy, but because that flame makes her feel like she's part of something eternal. Purpose is sexier than AB is. Purpose is protection. Purpose makes your silence louder than someone else's words ever could. So if you're asking how to win a woman's soul, stop chasing her. Start chasing your why. She'll follow that flame like a moth in the night. Asterisk. Now let's uncover one of the most delicate and most misunderstood female desires of all. Sign number 7. Her hidden yearning to be led without being controlled. Let's talk about it. After learning about her longing to be led, not controlled, we now arrive at the final 3 signs. Each one reveals a deeper layer of feminine psychology. And by the end, you'll understand something most men never do: what truly makes a woman surrender, not with fear, but with trust. Let's begin with something deceptively simple: holding the wheel. Here's an everyday moment. She looks at you and says, "I don't care, you choose where we eat." Now on the surface, it sounds like she's being passive, but in reality, she's not handing you control. She's offering you a chance to lead with confidence. And this is where most guys blow it. They hesitate. They deflect. They toss the question back with a nervous, "I don't know, what do you want?" But to her, that hesitation doesn't feel like freedom. It feels like abandonment. Now contrast that with a man who says, "Let's go here. Trust me, you'll love it." And he says it calmly, with quiet conviction. Watch what happens. Her shoulders relax. Her eyes soften. her body opens. Because in that moment, she feels safe. Not controlled, not bossed around, just guided by a man who knows how to make decisions without ego. That's leadership in its most intimate form, and yes, that's weakness. Number 7, a woman's quiet, sacred desire to be gently led when she knows she can trust where you're going. Now let's step into the realm of true power, not strength of muscle, but the strength of language. You want to talk about superpowers? Forget telepathy. Forget X-ray vision. The real power, the one that's built empires and broken hearts for centuries, is this: words. Here's the raw truth. Women are wired differently. They bond through conversation. They don't just hear words, they feel them. Words, when spoken with depth and intent, aren't just sound, they're transportation. They pull her out of reality and into something more, something imagined, felt, lived inside her mind. That's her 8th weakness. A mind that responds to words the way a flame responds to oxygen. You don't have to be a poet. You don't need perfect lines. You just need to mean what you say and say it like you feel it. When you tell her, "I love your mind," don't say it like a compliment. Say it like your soul just brushed against hers for the first time. When you whisper, "You fascinate me," don't recite it like a quote from a TikTok reel. Say it like you've discovered a secret behind her eyes that no one else has seen. Because women fall for words that feel earned, not copied. Words that come from your bones, not borrowed from the internet. Why? Because the right words don't just flatter. They build a world. And when a woman starts imagining her life with you, when your voice becomes her inner monologue, she's already halfway in love. So don't underestimate this. Speak truthfully. Speak with rhythm. And speak like it matters. Because when your words hit her soul instead of just her ears, that's when she remembers you, not just for what you said, but how it made her feel. Now, we reach the final and most misunderstood truth of all. Her 9th and most vulnerable weakness, the silent fear of losing. A man who doesn't fear losing her. This one makes people uncomfortable. But lean in, because this is real power. Here's the paradox. The moment a woman senses that you need her more than you choose her, she pulls away. Not because she's cruel, but because human nature doesn't trust desperation. And yet the moment she realizes you could walk away, not from pride or anger, but because you respect yourself that much, something shifts. She leans in. Why? Because now she sees you differently, not as a man chasing her approval, but as a man who values her without being dependent on her. That's not arrogance, that's stoicism. A man who is complete on his own. A man who can love her deeply and still stand tall if she walks away. That kind of man, he's unforgettable because he doesn't trap her with need. He invites her into freedom. And that invitation, it's rare. He's the man who stays when it's right and leaves when it's wrong. With grace. With silence. And with eyes that say, "I loved you, but I love myself too." When a woman meets that kind of man, she doesn't just desire him, she respects him. And when a woman respects you, everything changes. So here's the truth most men run from. Sometimes your silence speaks louder than your promises. And sometimes, the most powerful move you can make. Is to walk away. Because deep down, what she fears the most. is losing a man who isn't afraid to be lost. Be that man. And if you're wondering how to become him, how to build that quiet strength, that unwavering energy that draws women in without effort, then stay tuned. Because in the next video, we're diving into the hidden power of Stoicism in dating and relationships. It's time to master not just how to attract her, but how to become a man who never needs to chase again. Don't miss it.